Hey you guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Liv. I got some good news to share, news that shows this administration is serious about putting Americans first. Quick shout out to one of my viewers who suggested I cover today's topic. Thank you so much for the idea. I really appreciate your input. I'm not sure if you're a subscriber yet, but if not, I hope you consider subscribing and even joining the membership so we can stay connected and go even deeper together. And to those of you who have already subscribed or become members, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you all. By the way, I plan on doing a part two of this topic because I think it's really important to take a closer look at the original intent of HUD in Section 8 housing, who actually benefit from these programs, and how it all connects to Black Americans. So make sure to tap the notification bell so that you know when it comes out. But for today's video, we're going to stay focused on the Trump administration's policies and what's happening right now. So, in August 2025, HUD, led by Mr. Secretary Scott Turner, started a nationwide check of public housing authorities. Each authority was given 30 days to verify the citizenship or immigration status of everyone living in government funding housing. Mr. Secretary Turner said it clearly: no longer will illegal aliens be able to leave citizenship boxes blank or take advantage of HUD funded housing. Here's a clip of him discussing that on Fox News.
With us for more on that. Mr. Secretary, so explain to us how this will work, rooting out the illegals who are on government welfare and housing.
Well, Charlie, it's great to be with you. And you alluded to it. President Trump is serious, not only in cleaning up the crime in our streets, but also American citizens will be prioritized when it comes to living in HUD-funded, government-funded housing. We just sent out a letter to the D.C. Housing Authority, and it has been received by them. And as you said, they have 30 days to give us a full, comprehensive account of everyone living inside of D.C. housing authorities that are receiving Section 8 vouchers or any type of HUD funding. We want the names, the address, the number of people in the unit, the size of the unit, the cost of the unit, and they must give us their American citizenship status or eligible immigration status. No longer.
To be clear about how these programs work, for those of you who may not be familiar, Housing and Urban Development, known as HUD, provides funding to public housing authorities, right? And that's also called PHS. These are usually apartments or buildings owned and operated by the government. Now, Section 8 housing, also known as the Housing Choice Voucher Program, is still a HUD program, but it works differently. Instead of living in government-owned buildings, families use like vouchers to rent private apartments, condos, and even single-family homes. The family may contribute a portion of the rent or mortgage, but the majority is covered by the government, funded by American taxpayers. This action follows Executive Order 14159, signed by President Trump in January 2025. It's called Protecting the American People Against Invasion. This order expands the ability to quickly remove undocumented immigrants from the country. It cuts the federal funding to sanctuary cities that don't cooperate with immigration law, and it imposes penalties on immigrants who fail to register their status. So, if you've ever wondered how many illegal immigrants or even certain like legal immigrants end up living in nice bricks homes or upscale neighborhoods, most likely, many of them are using resources funded by American taxpayers. These programs were originally meant to help hardworking Americans who lived in low income housing afford better homes in neighborhoods so their kids can go to a good school and have opportunities to succeed. But when people who aren't eligible for these programs use them, it can push American families further back in line. Here's a clip of Mr. Secretary Turner speaking about cleaning up crime and prioritizing American citizens.
It's no longer will we allow illegal aliens to live in taxpayer-funded housing here in America. In the last administration, in the Biden administration, Charlie, they turned a blind eye. They didn't collect the data, but those days are over. We are collecting the data to make sure that illegal aliens, and for that, criminal activity, no one doing criminal activity is living in HUD-funded housing, which is literally on the backs of taxpayers in America.
What has been the reaction of authorities in these sanctuary cities to this effort?
Well, you know, they don't like it, but it doesn't matter. It's the law, Charlie. We're going to uphold.
Okay, we all want our children and families to be safe in their schools and neighborhoods. Without proper data collected, it puts us all at risk. For example, we do not know their criminal background or health status. Not to mention, the surge in immigration has led to more students from immigrant households attending public schools. In 2021, for example, nearly 3.2 million public school students came from households headed by undocumented immigrants. This increase has placed additional strain on school resources, leading to overcrowded classrooms, the need for bilingual educators, and demand for educational materials. In some districts, like parts of Texas, teachers have even had to hold classrooms in hallways or conference rooms to accommodate the growing student population. Educating children of the immigration influx does have a financial impact on local school districts. While property taxes help fund schools, the overall cost can be significant, especially in areas with limited resources.
The law to its fullest extent, as you've seen with President Trump, as you've seen there with Tom Homan, Secretary Noem, and others. We're going to uphold the full extent of the law, and at HUD, we will support the president in this. Charlie, there is 18,000 units, households in D.C. Housing Authority right now, and it costs about $400 million of taxpayer money and assistance to housing just in D.C. alone. In our country, there's 3.2 million households that receive HUD funding at $45 billion of taxpayer money. And so no longer will illegal aliens be able to live in HUD-funded housing, and those that are committing criminal activity. I have a message for them. It's time to pack your bags because it is no longer allowed.
It has become increasingly difficult for American families to purchase homes. When ineligible individuals are able to buy property, it can drive up home values and property taxes, which indirectly raises the cost of living for American families who are trying to achieve the American dream. Higher property taxes also impact landlords who often pass those costs on to tenants, making rent more expensive for everyone. But right now, with these new policies, if anyone in the household is ineligible, the whole family could risk evictions. There are already legal fights over these policies, of course. For example, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's plan to speed up deportation, saying that it violates due process. This pause means the full plan isn't being applied yet. However, the Trump administration is moving forward with these audits and policy changes, and that shows that the administration is working to identify and remove residents who aren't eligible. So let me know if you agree or disagree with these policies. At the end of the day, this isn't about being against people. It's about standing up for the American people who've been overlooked for far too long. If you found this video informative, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one.